Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan.
Drip, snort, snort.
I got the drip.
I have one other quick thing I want to talk about before we move on to shout outs and the like. There is a big issue going on with PayPal right now. It's not the end of the world. It's kind of like just an annoying thing. All right. To give you an example, let me take a quick look right now. All right, at my PayPal account. You might be saying, I wonder why Phil's doing that. Why is Phil checking his PayPal account live on the stream? Usually he does live shout outs for contributions. So what's going on? Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. PayPal is all screwed up. Here's what's going on. They are not sending out notifications at all for contributions coming in until, I'm not kidding you, 12 plus hours later. So yesterday, last night on my Diablo stream, I'm streaming and people are contributing, but I'm not shouting anything out. Instead, I'm playing the game, I'm having fun, I'm chilling with the audience, and over an hour has passed, and I said to everyone, man, I guess it's kind of a slow night. What are you going to do? I guess some of the hype for Diablo's died out or whatever. To which someone says, no, Phil, I tipped you. Please check. And I go and look. Lo and behold, a bunch of people had contributed. And I'm like, well, I feel bad now, because here I am publicly saying this is a slow night. And in reality, it wasn't a slow night at all. It's that I'm not getting notifications for anything. So I had to manually go into my PayPal and shout out all of the contributions. Overall, the night was outstanding. The amount of support I got for Diablo last night was off the charts, actually. So I was very pleased with how it went. So I go to sleep, and I wake up this morning, and this morning at 7 a.m. it said all the emails had come through for last night's Diablo stream that took place between 7 and 9 p.m. So it took 12 hours for PayPal to send out notifications that I got tips. Okay? It was funny because then I got an email from one of the people who had tipped and said, yeah, I just got the notification that says that my tip went through to you. And it's like 12 hours later. So now I understand what you were going through. Sorry that, that happened. And now I understand why you didn't shout out right away. Right? So what's funny is, as you guys know, I get overnight tips. And I got an overnight tip from Game Checker. We're going to shout it out in a bit. And he usually sends it, kind of early morning. I don't even know where, obviously I don't know where he lives or whatever, but maybe a different time zone. Who knows? But he sends me tips overnight for the Street Fighter stuff. And usually I wake up in the morning and I get a notification for it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I have it now. And I know I have a tip to shout out first thing. No notification this morning. And I'm like, I guarantee you he sent me a tip. And I go, and he did. I didn't get the notification. As I'm sitting here right now doing this podcast, I just got the notification in my email. And now I said, I guarantee you someone else tipped me. I just went and checked. Yes, I got another tip this morning. No notification come through. So essentially, this is not dependable at all. Okay? At all. This is all screwed up at this point. So what I'm going to have to do, and I know this sucks, because this is really going to stink having to do it this way. Until PayPal figures out what the hell their problem is, what this sounds like is an API issue. Do you know what that means? So when you have a business, and your business ties into various data feeds, okay? If your data feed gets broken, then a whole bunch of things break and don't work right. I'll give you an example. Years ago, I used to have a third-party website that had a plugin that worked with my YouTube page, DSP Gaming. And what you could do on my website is you could type into a search engine and you could bring up any of my playthroughs or playlists from the entire history that I had made content on the internet. Now, this was a long time ago. So this was like 2016, 2015. So you were talking, 6 to 7 years of content you could search. And actually the search engine worked better than YouTube search engine, because it would just be for my content. It would work super good. One day, after this working for like 2 years, YouTube decided we're no longer going to send out any data like that anymore. And they turned a switch, and overnight the website didn't work. And a lot of fans, hundreds of my fans, who used to use that website were very upset. They're like, this is what we use to find all your stuff. This is our index. What do we do? And I said, yeah, you got to use YouTube now. And that sucks because YouTube is junk. But I guess YouTube just decided they want everyone using theirs, so they turned off the data feeds. And so my website stopped working. And since then, that website has fallen into disrepair. DSPgaming.com, I almost never use it for anything. It's just a forum now that's basically kind of like a ghost town. It used to be thriving. But when that API died and YouTube stopped sending out that data, really I found less and less reason to use the site anymore. So now it's like pretty much unused. And that's sad. So what it sounds to me like is that PayPal has this API that when a contribution comes into your PayPal, it's supposed to sync with all these services and eventually send you an email to say, hey, here's your contribution, here's what you just got as a payment for your business or whatever it may be, right? And it sounds like it's broken. How is it taking 12 plus hours to tell me something came in? I can imagine there must be businesses that are pretty upset, because imagine if you rely on that to know when you got a payment for your business and you're just not getting it. How are you supposed to operate, right? So that's messed up. I would hope that they're going to fix it, because the way that I do it is I monitor my various feeds here for data on what contributions I'm getting, and then I shout out the contributions. But if it's not updating, right, then that means that I'm going to have to every once in a while, every so often, just to manually go into my PayPal account of my own volition, not even no notification to tell me something's going on. But I'm just going to have to keep going in manually and saying, is it, did I get anything? If I did, can I shout it out, play an animation? But it sucks. I like having it come in and then have a queue where I can say, oh, here's a bunch of stuff that came in. Let's shout out this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. But apparently I'm not going to get any kind of notification for anything. Case in point, today might be rough because I'm playing competitive Street Fighter. You know what happens once I go online. Once I go online, I just get tunnel vision into competitive Street Fighter. I want to get right to that next match. I want to keep playing, right? And because of that, it essentially makes it that I forget half the time to shout out anyway, even when I have the notifications, right? So now imagine me, I have to remember to manually start checking, right? So it's going to be rough, but I'm going to do my best. Obviously on the podcast here, it's a little easier because I can check manually from time to time and do these shout outs. But what really sucks is when I'm in the midst of gameplay and I might not be getting these heads ups that I need, right? It's really annoying.
Go. I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip going.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.